Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I am Zhoee. I hope you guys are all fine and enjoying a very good health. So here today, as you guys know, this is Hobby's birthday week and I am reacting on a lot of hobby stuff in the coming week. So today I'm gonna react on a very amazing video that is called Jehovah's Growth, a BTS video essay. So this is from Bora City magazine. Thank you so much for making such an amazing video. So today I'm gonna react on this. So yeah, this is called Jehovah's Growth, and I hope I will get to know a lot of things about Jehovah by watching this. So without further delay, let's get into it.
I thought this was going to be a fun little video in anticipation of J-Hope's new album, but as I was writing it, I kept finding more and more interesting information and found myself appreciating J-Hope's music in a whole new, deeper level. So this is the result, an appreciation video of J-Hope's artistic career and growth over the years.
Okay,
J-Hope's music
I have not read yet his album, but I am in the future, in the next 2 or 3 days, I'm gonna react on that. So this is also gonna be really helpful for me to know about his
journey
music.
is one of the most beautiful ones I have seen in an artist. From his pre-debut collaboration Anima to his upcoming album Jack in the Box, the self-discovery and artistic growth are clear. J-Hope went from being a street dancer and trainee to a complete artist with a particular style and a musical personality. The first time the world saw a glimpse of J-Hope's music was in 2012, when he was a featured artist in the song Animal by the Korean singer Jo Kwon. The song, which is credited to Jung Ho Sok and not J-Hope, is a dance pop electro house song with a fearless choreography characteristic of Jo Kwon, who is known for his dance in high heels and extravagant outfits. I think this song was perfect for J-Hope. The lyrics are about how unstoppable he is as a performer. J-Hope raps about how crazy he is on the dance floor, how the spotlight shines on him, and how he belongs to the flashy stages. And somehow, this was trainee J-Hope. He was so full of talent and ambition, but as he once mentioned, he didn't have the songwriting and producing experience of the other two rappers in BTS. He was just an animal on stage. He had an incredible amount of talent, he only needed to find his own voice. J-Hope raps for only 16 seconds in Animal, but the fact that this was pre-debut trainee J-Hope shows how incredibly talented he was from the beginning and how promising his career was going to be. After BTS's debut, J-Hope showed that he did not only have a crazy amount of talent in dancing, but he also had a unique voice and style in his rapping. And despite not having any kind of background in songwriting, he learned fast. His name was present in the songwriting credits of almost every BTS song, sharing the spotlight with RM and Suga. In 2015, RM released his first solo mixtape and Suga was preparing his own to be released soon after. However, J-Hope's mixtape took a little longer, but we started to see some of his solo work when he released One Verse on SoundCloud, which samples the song El Chapo by The Game and Skrillex. This song is full of wordplay and idioms, and as the title suggests, the song has only one verse, so J-Hope starts rapping and never stops. One verse is full of strong language disguised in innocent, funny, almost nonsensical lyrics. For example, he says that people are a voyeur of his talent. This is because talent and are pronounced similarly in Korean. Another wordplay I like is when he mentions that he becomes everyone's watermelon. This is because licking the surface of a watermelon is an idiom used when someone doesn't understand the core essence of something, the flesh of the watermelon, and only judges from what it appears to be, the rind of the watermelon. So J-Hope is basically saying that people don't make an effort to get to know him. So he is a watermelon when he is judged by people with shallow understanding. This other line is self-explanatory, but he mentions that he digests all the curses thrown at him and them out. And my favorite part of this song is when J-Hope raps that everyone is them getting in his way. He says, here he mentions his age at the moment 22, but he says it as 22 in English and pronounces it as which is an onomatopoeia for spitting out phlegm. So he's not
playing with birds.
only mentioning his age, he's spitting at his haters while doing so. He also says that even though this is a verse, it deserves to be called a hook because of how good it is. And he was right. Even if you never read the lyrics and the explanations for each wordplay, this is still a badass song, and it has J-Hope's characteristic variety of flows. And despite being only 2 minutes and 54 seconds and being released only on SoundCloud as a fun little side project, the song shows some of J-Hope's songwriting skills. One verse proves that J-Hope is not only a good performer, and I don't know if composing was an unknown talent of his or the result of practicing day and night, or a mix of both, but the fact that he could get to this level in only a couple of years is almost unbelievable. In my opinion, J-Hope's sound was perfected when all the guys from BTS started releasing their solo songs on BTS's albums. So it was in 2016 when we first got to clearly see J-Hope's interpretation of one of BTS's complicated concepts. This album theme was temptation and growth, and the one who opened the whole project was J-Hope. And just a reminder that this album follows a fictional storyline, so they are not necessarily talking about their lives. In Intro Boy Meets Evil, J-Hope raps about destroying his ambitions and future because temptation won him over and he sinned. He never explicitly says what exactly this temptation was, but he describes it as an immature love, a love like evil, and a irresistible greed and the touch of evil. This song, written by J-Hope, RM, and P-Dog, has a very dark vibe, representing the dark reality that he is living, a reality that is too bad but too sweet at the same time. This is only the introduction of how Boy meets the evil that BTS will talk about in the rest of the album Wings. The guys of BTS will sing about many different related topics in this album, such as a lie and a stigma, but they will eventually go through a reflection, and J-Hope will be the only member to have 2 solo songs in this album. After this reflection, J-Hope will talk about his personal, maybe not so bright story, about his relationship with his mother, in his solo song, Mom.
Oh, have you noticed? These same colored are also in when he's performing Boy Meets Evil, like some parrot and red lines. You can also say that I don't know that word skips from my mind. I don't know what this color called. We also use it during like traffic police use them during night and when they are wearing their uniform. These colors are used there for reflection. When light reflects on them, they, you can say that, shine. So these are the same lines that was on Boy Meets Evil.
The lyrics to this song are so poetic that I just want to read the first part. J-Hope raps. Time travel to the year of 2006. Crazy for dancing, I tightened my mom's belt. When I indulged in it every day despite my dad's opposition, she didn't care at all and set a small boat of dream afloat. But I didn't know that mom's big support led us, not to a shortcut laid out wide and straight, but to this path of dream with depth. Always money being the problem. My mother eventually went to work in a different town. Mom's voice that I heard on the phone was clear. What I remember is that mom's strength that time was a breaking ball for me. I made a promise to myself that I must succeed for sure, and with that one promise, I became the song I am now. So if you didn't get everything, he's basically explaining how he would love to dance when he was a child, and although his dad was opposed to it, his mom would always support his dream. But one day he realized that his mother's support only led his family to this path of dream with depth. So she eventually had to go away to work in a different town. And when J-Hope heard her broken voice over the phone one day, he made a promise to himself to succeed in life. And all of this suffering made him the song that he is today. This is the most personal J-Hope has ever been in a song up until this moment. This was only a little glimpse of the amazing songwriting that was going to be present in his first solo mixtape, Hope World. In March of 2018, J-Hope finally released his debut solo mixtape titled Hope World, which refers to a fictional alternate world created by J-Hope, where he can be seen for who he really is, someone who loves music, performance, the members of BTS, and someone who is not afraid to show his fears and anxieties. In this world, J-Hope introduces a colorful and vibrant sound that became the iconic style that many label as hobbycore. The album starts with the track Hope World, which submerges you into water, driving you to a new dimension. J-Hope's Hope World includes many references to the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, where a marine biologist called Professor Aronnax goes into a trip into the sea to find a mysterious sea monster. This monster ends up not being an actual monster. Instead, it was a futuristic submarine called Nautilus, with Captain Nemo in its command. The rest of the novel describes the protagonist's adventures aboard the Nautilus. J-Hope invites you to be Professor Aronnax and take a journey through his world. Hope World is the
He
submarine.
made his own world that is called Hope World. Where? Okay,
And
okay.
J-Hope is its designer, Captain Nemo. In general, he is basically welcoming you to his world. A world full of hope, positivity, happiness, self-love, respect to his parents, optimism, and joyfulness. A world where he lives up to his name. He represents hope. The next track, Piece of Peace Part 1, is J-Hope's confession about why he wants to be a piece of peace for people. He says, this refers to him still finding himself. This is pre-debut and one verse J-Hope. The dream is what he talks about on Hope World. He wants to be the hope of the world. And the realization of this dream is this song. In Piece of Peace, he confesses that he knows that this is a world of mistakes and suffering. He knows we are in the middle of an unavoidable war. He criticizes daily wages, which put shame on workers. He tells you that he knows the pain because he's also someone just like you, with nothing but a passion and a dream. And that is why he wishes to deliver courage, faith, and strength. He wants you to know that you did nothing wrong. He wishes he could be the light to someone.
I have reacted to his whole mixtape. Yeah, I have already reacted to it, but I have not uploaded it yet. I will upload it like yesterday. Yeah, I will upload it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I don't know. This was the meaning of that song. Oh my god! If this was the meaning of that song, I am so amazed by J Hope's versatility, his like mind. He has his own world. Wow, so amazing.
Hope World and Piece of Peace are an introduction to his persona. The next track, Daydream, talks about the person behind the public persona J-Hope, Jung Ho-seok, who feels the responsibilities and burdens of being a worldwide celebrity. He describes his life as J-Hope as having a daydream, which is a dream you have during the day, but it is not real and almost impossible to come to fruition. However, J-Hope is living that crazy, impossible dream. The lyrics are dark because these are his deepest, most controversial thoughts. He raps about having to restrain his large appetite, wanting to cry in peace, wanting to party like crazy, and wanting his heart to flutter with love. But being J-Hope prevents him to fulfill many of Jung Ho-seok's desires. He even confesses his dream list to us, which includes getting drunk, going out, not caring about what others think, doing what he wants with his feelings, satisfying his appetite without a formula, ignoring his character, crying without feeling ashamed, and just being young, wild, and free. Daydream is a bit rawer, more honest than most of what J-Hope has performed. Everyone must have caught like fish, he raps, in a net cold desire that results from the thirst in life, universal psychological escape. Even I cannot swim out of it. However, he creates a huge contrast with a 90s vibe and an uplifting and vibrant house tempo and a colorful music video. Noticing the contrast between his words and the sound and watching the music video really makes you feel like you are experiencing a daydream. The music video really feels like you are daydreaming, and it is full of literature references that compare his daydream world to the worlds of The Hitchhiker's Guide to a Galaxy, Alice in Wonderland, and Harry Potter. And although he just described the dark side of fame, he finishes the song explaining why he doesn't want to stop daydreaming. He says that people ask him, "Why do you dream?" And he responds that even though he knows it sounds like he is wishing to have more when all his needs have already been fulfilled, he is pacing himself. He's putting things down for a moment. He's getting some rest, but he's not stopping. Because what he wants now is that daydream. And the reason why he wants this dream so bad is explained in the next track, Baseline. This song is about the baseline, also known as the starting point, of J-Hope's music, movement, life, and success. He says that he was a street dancer for 10 years before he shaped his rap around the rhythm of his body, and he then debuted because he worked harder than anyone else. He slept less and did more for himself. So his baseline is dancing, and this song's sound and lyrics are a tribute to his street dancing beginnings. After explaining his beginnings in music, J-Hope talks about where this passion has taken him, which is BTS.
Yeah.
Hangsang, which translates to always, is a tribute to BTS, where he tells the world that he's always with the members. He's always on airplanes with his friends. They are always on red carpets. They are always receiving calls from celebrities. All of these things are always with his friends. And he says that even in the future, the world will keep pace with 7 people because they are always together. Hangsang is a collaboration with Big Hit's in-house producer, Supreme Boy. And this is my theory, but I feel that he is representing BTS in this song because he is saying very specific things that in this case only they are in the position to say. For example, he raps about his friends and him reaching to the top, getting on the front cover of magazines, being on the top of the charts, and being trendsetters. I also love how he talks to J-Hope and asks him, and in J-Hope's last verse, he reflects about how hard it was for BTS to be where they are now. He raps about how they only believed in themselves since before debut. They had to put away the rumors about them, how everyone was their enemy and no one was on their side. But BTS turned the game around. J-Hope calls his seniors dogs and delusional people for using their seniority to harass others. And that attitude didn't work for them because BTS are the ones stepping on them with their achievements and awards. Continuing this reflection about being in BTS and an artist, J-Hope uses an airplane as a euphemism for his own success in the song Airplane. He says that when he was younger and the barren land was burning him down, he would run looking at the blue sky wanting to fly in an airplane. His big admiration for aviation was because the place for his dream was so high. But every time he flies, he's living that unimaginable dream. And even when some people talk about him, he doesn't care. It just makes him laugh because he is drinking champagne in his airplane. J-Hope is now every day above the clouds, not only because he flies all the time, but also because he's living his dream. This dream continues in BTS's song Airplane Part 2. J-Hope finishes Hope World with Blue Side. This atmospheric, melancholic outro is a song J-Hope wrote in 2015, right after making one verse. J-Hope said that this song brings him back to the days when he was naive and clueless. Blue Side is only 1 minute and 30 seconds long, and these are all the lyrics. In my blue dream, I will put you, even if you say no. In my eyes, in my blue dream, I will hold you, even if you say no. In my arms, Blue Side, back to Blue Side. This song represents baby J-Hope when he was young and clueless. He said that he listens to this song when he wants to go back in time and see the blue sky and the wind full of good memories. This article says, if Hope World begins with us entering the deep ocean, Blue Side is us standing out the wet sand, staring at the sinking sun. And this was J-Hope's Hope World, a statement of who he is and what he wants to represent. But this album was only an introduction. J-Hope would continue showing his work in BTS's songs. Later that year, J-Hope released his solo song Trivia Just Dance in BTS's album Love Yourself Answer. Continuing the concept of finding the answer of self-love, J-Hope wrote this song about his love for dancing. And since he chose dance as his answer, I believe the best way to experience this song is by watching the live performance, which brings a new colorful side to the song, with J-Hope's amazing dance moves and great performance. Continuing the theme of his love for dancing, J-Hope released Chicken Noodle Soup in collaboration with Latin pop artist Becky G a year later, in 2019. This remake of the 2006 song by Webster and Young B is J-Hope and Becky G's way of paying tribute to a song that was part of both of their childhoods, but it represents way more than that. This is a trilingual song that brings together two of the biggest non-American or European artists, a Latin pop artist and a Korean artist that come from very different cultures but are united by music, that are united by this specific song that represents their passion for dance and their hip-hop roots. The song and music video are also a celebration for diversity. The song maintains the original chorus by Bianca Boni, who received almost $3 million for the use of the sample, by J-Hope's own pocket, since this is a free song. As well, they kept the original choreography and mixed it with some more intense and playful dance steps. Big Hit also stated that they deliberately recruited 50 diverse dancers from around the world, and every single one of them was credited at the end of the music video. J-Hope's rap mentions his dancing beginnings in his native town, Gwangju, his old street dance crew, Neuron, and his recent video series, Hope on the Street. Becky G raps about the sexism she faced and how she just feels sorry for the haters. But in general, this is a song about their love for their hometowns and dancing. This song was supposed to be part of Hope World, and it feels like that. The song is colorful and vibrant, and it feels very much J-Hope, and he will continue to show this specific style in his next solo song, Ego. J-Hope released Outro Ego as the outro song for the BTS album Map of the Soul 7. This song is the perfect middle point between a BTS song and a J-Hope song. Ego samples BTS's old song Intro to a Call for School, and it has a happy, fun, and bright twist characteristic of J-Hope. The lyrics form a conclusion of BTS's Map of the Soul, which starts showing one's persona, then it identifies one's shadow, and finally it analyzes one's ego, which according to Carl Jung's theory, it represents the conscious mind, which contains memories including those that have been suppressed. This is why J-Hope visits his past as J-Hope and as Jung Ho-seok and raps about his distant memories. As well as his hopeful future. This is J-Hope's strong conclusion of BTS's Map of the Soul. In 2021, J-Hope released the full version of his mixtape outro, Blue Side, as part of the 3-year anniversary of Hope World. I mentioned that this outro represented a naive and clueless J-Hope. About this, J-Hope said on a note that he always wondered why he wasn't able to finish the song. He says that he felt the theme was too much for him to handle musically at the time. He says that he wanted so bad for people to listen to his music that he hastily and recklessly wrote his songs, being led by his creative spirit. Now he feels he's become more mature musically, and this new version is the result of challenging and improving himself. The new lyrics are way more complex and poetic, and I believe this level of growth is a sneak peek of what we're going to see on J-Hope's new album Jack in the Box, which according to the concept photos and the pre-release single More, it appears to be a more mature album, full of complex themes and storylines J-Hope loves referencing in his music, as well as even a stronger songwriting and production. Blue Side's cover did not only show a spoiler for his new album Jack in the Box, but also he said in his letter the same thing we saw on the press release of the album. J-Hope's solo album, as expressed in the title of the album Jack in the Box, represents his aspirations to break the mold and grow further. And this album appears to have a 90s vibe characteristic of J-Hope's music. For some reason, Fate put J-Hope in Animal, a song that celebrates his talent and predicts his success, even before debuting with BTS. Then, after gaining some experience writing BTS songs, J-Hope released his first solo song, One Verse, as a side project on SoundCloud, which showed his quick growth in only 3 years. Then, he had the opportunity to shine by himself in his BTS solo songs, Boy Meets Evil and Mama. He then released his first solo mixtape, Hope World, which clarifies who he is and what he wants. He then continues his hopeful brand in Just Dance, Chicken Noodle Soup, and Ego. Then he shows a little of his growth in the new full version of his old song Blue Side, which introduces us to an even more mature J-Hope. This is the J-Hope we are going to see in Jack in the Box, an ambitious project that shines J-Hope's non-stopping growth in the music world.
Whoa. amazing video. Like she have told each and everything about his growth from pre-debut to until now. I guess this video is from like 1 year ago before he released his album. I guess that's why she don't include that album in this. But if she include that, that's gonna be a fun to watch it. But I'm okay with that as well. Like this shows a lot of me, like a lot of new things, a lot of his new songs in this. She shows us in this video and the meaning behind this song and meaning behind his mixtape, meaning behind his album. So when I'm gonna react on that, I will keep that in mind and I will react on this. So yeah, today I have react on J-Hope's Growth by Bora City Magazine, and I really enjoyed watching, and this is so informative for me as well. And I enjoyed watching this video. I hope you guys also enjoyed watching this video with me. If yes, please like my video, subscribe my channel, do a lot of comments and give me a lot of love and support. So let's meet in the next video with another content. Until then, bye.